Hello there. For those that know me, welcome back. For those that don't know me, my name is Jason Alexander, and this is the first of many videos in my Educator to Entrepreneur series. And I thought I would start off with a bit of a car drive chat, see if I even like it. To be honest, this is the first time I'm doing it, so if I like it and it goes well and it's responded to well, then you'll see more car chats. If not, we'll figure out something else. But I just wanted to take this first episode as a chance to introduce myself and give you a brief rundown of my story, who I am, and why I am education. So, like I said, Jason, you may know that I have been working in early childhood education for 18 years. In that time, educator, lead educator, early childhood teacher, and most recently director of a small service. I am a father of 3. If you hear the little noise, I've got my youngest in the back. If you can hear him, fantastic. I've been a director for 6 years, and unfortunately at the end of the year we do have to shut our doors for good. And the reason for that is we currently lease the property and the building and the grounds from a school, and they have decided that they would like to run their own early learning as a funnel into their school, which is fantastic, and I hope it does really well for them. Originally, we were given until the end of 2025 as the end of our lease, but morally, ethically, it was something that we just couldn't do. We've built a real community centre, and the idea of bringing in a new family for January 2025, only for them to be able to be at the centre for 10 months, create amazing bonds, develop relationships with others, and then be asked to leave, it didn't sit right with us. So we made the big decision to close up at the end of the year, and this is where I am today. The idea of going into another centre, into another role as an ECT or as a director, was something that just didn't appeal to me. I have reached a point in my career where the impact that I've made on a community within the centre that I've been working at is huge, and I simply want more. I want to be able to impact beyond the 4 walls of a centre. I want to impact educators across the nation, across the globe. I want to be able to speak on stages and deliver keynotes about connection, about children's behaviours, and really empower an existing workforce of educators, but also empower the next generation of early childhood educators. And so the decision to not seek alternate employment and instead go all in on I Am Education was one decision that has been one of the trickiest that I've ever had. But it's also been a decision that has felt the most right. And running a centre as a director has been the closest I've had to owning and running my own business. But even that, provided I had children coming through the doors, which we're an amazing centre, so it was a common thing for us to be quite full. The weekly, fortnightly salary came. There was no real risk for me. And that risk has been the biggest thing that I've had to overcome in my own self-talk, and it's still a process that I'm going through. To go from the safety of employment to the risk of entrepreneur is terrifying, but it's really exciting at the same time. And I know the goals that I have, are far beyond that of what I could achieve in a service. So, you might be asking yourself, IM Education, what is it all about? And really, at the crux of it, at the heart of it, we want to empower educators, empower parents, empower adults to be able to work with children more and to a greater quality, to support children to have the best lives that they can have and that they can thrive authentically. And so we utilize a series of different techniques, different methodologies to achieve this. Earlier this year, I undertook my Breathwork facilitator training. So being able to incorporate breathwork both in the work that I do personally with educators, with parents, and also with children is huge in just giving people the opportunity to return to their body and to begin a process of really feeling, not just thinking. And then most recently, clip is coming through now, I have undertaken my NLP practitioner training. So NLP, for those that are unaware, is neuro-linguistic programming, and it works with the mind, both the cognitive and the subconscious, and it really focuses on the way the brain talks and the language that we utilize. And so now combining breath work, which is body work, with the NLP work that I have just completed, which focuses on the cognitive, focuses on the brain, I'm able to work with people where they're at. And for some people, that means allowing them to get into their body more. For others, that means getting into their brain a little bit more and not feeling as much. But without the training of either, it's something that I had awareness of, and I was able to instinctively instill in my own practices. But in terms of supporting someone else through it, it was something that I wasn't sure of. And so now, with these two trainings under my belt, I am much more confident in being able to support people where they're at. And lastly, and probably the most important thing for me, is I have the ability, I have an understanding of children's behaviours. And it's a combination of the personal work that I've done, both cognitive and the body work, that allows me to really see children where they're at and support them and their behaviours. And so with a combination of those three elements, the body work, the feeling, the cognitive work, the thinking, and then the instinctual nature of understanding behaviours, we are going to empower a number of educators, a number of parents. And I'm excited for that. It's going to be fantastic. I am looking forward to it. And really, the purpose of this series is for me to document my learnings so that way I can go back and re-listen to them and I can view them again and figure out how things are going. Because like I said, entrepreneurship is a completely new ballgame for me. It's not something that I've really ventured into. So there is so much to learn. And I'd love to take you guys along for the trip. And so if you're an educator that wants to stay in the world of early learning, but the impact of just working in a centre isn't quite what you're wanting, I hope this series can empower you to take that step and you can learn alongside me. So, educator to entrepreneur, the story of I'm here for it. Till next time.